Hey guys, it's Jet for day 48 on Raj Muuin. Here's Asparagus. So what have I done recently? Whoa, a fly! Coram. Tower. Jeez. If that's gonna be my snake from now on, I don't know. Making that noise, I always think I'm under attack. Oh, so I said, after rambling on ad nauseum about, what was it, Singularity yesterday, I thought, well, might as well talk to you today about what the point was behind all that. And that was a story, whoops, crap, idea I had. Ooh, I need to find more diamonds soon. I should also consider putting windows in some of these. Let's get the structure first, and then I'll worry about that. Oink, oink. So, now that I've expressed the concept that the singularity is the sort of point where humanity becomes technology, so that humanity can keep up with technology, and we all become kind of godlike super beings who probably are made essentially of intelligent dust that can reformulate on at will and all that lovely stuff. Frankly, this is feasible. Whoa. Whew, don't you dare throw me off the side of my building. Come on. Alright. Hey! Bamboo cut. And one potential benefit I see to this is resolving one of our major issues when it comes to space flight. I understand that might sound a little strange. Is there a middle block? There is. So what I'm going to do is remove this, this, and this. Hey! Goram, I said already. Goram. And put that in. And that. Hello, morning. How are you doing, morning? Hellbark, huh? How does that look? It looks pretty much the same as other stuff. Okay. What is this? Ash? Ash. Oh, yeah. I remember getting ash. Oh, yeah. And this had to be 2 because of the door frame. Okay. Well, the reason I'm doing this is because... Whoop. Right. Let's see. Whoop. Right. And... Well, anyways, the story, right? So... I have to get back up there somehow. One thing I'd seen this in my mind being able to resolve was our difficulties right now with long-distance space flight. Yeah, that's right. I think. Yeah, okay. Boink, boink, boink. Shut up, rat! Insofar as we won't have to travel as human beings, essentially. We can instead travel to the stars as pellets of basically solid state. Oops, cannot go that way. Solid state mass. Basically like an intelligent metallic pellet. I've already used the term, but I don't know how else to describe it at the moment. What have I got? What have I got? Netherrack. I don't know, the ash block. Can I burn ash blocks? I don't know. Put some of this stuff away. Help arc sapling. So will that grow then out here? Oh, the rest of this sort of belongs in the other one. The thing grew up pretty quick, didn't it? Seems like. Yeah, let's plant hellbark. Just put a few things away. I wonder where it will prefer to grow. If it prefers to grow on netherrack, then screw it, you know. But there it is. Okay, well, we'll see later. And if one can travel as a pellet through space, then basically they would be in sort of the solid state hibernation for the duration of the trip. And then upon arrival, they can, before downverting, converting back into something that appears to be human or similar, they can analyze the locale and say, oh, well, circumstances, being very Venus-like, I'm going to have to redesign myself with X, Y, and Z in mind so that I can endure this environment. So basically, you could just become whatever you needed to become to suit wherever you happen to be. Anyways, I don't have really a plot yet in mind for what I'm about for this story. Frig. But it involves a character who can do this, who travels through space as a pellet and then, converts himself upon arrival. Come on! A major annoyance. Converts themselves into a character upon arrival at a location. The thing is, that's the part of the story I had in mind. Was beginning the tale of a post-singularity individual, difficult to call human, but a post-singularity individual arriving at a destination and converting, translating themselves back into something that approximates a human form, albeit very powerful, not restricted in human ways, but, stuff like that. So what happens when he gets there is, he, she, whatever it is, gets there is up for debate. I was thinking there would have to be life already there, which is highly unusual and might actually present a conundrum for the character, since living worlds, life-bearing worlds, so this is the difference between that and a living world. Excuse me. Life-bearing worlds really, once we stop and think about it, should be off limits for multiple reasons. In part, they are probably, there's probably nothing more deadly to life than existing life. And I'm speaking in terms like Columbus, Mr. Evil Columbus terms, bringing disease back and forth, that sort of thing. But also, since it's almost certainly not going to be a stable environment for life as you know it, you would basically have to destroy pre-existing life to make do. And that should naturally be considered anathema, something that's improper, illegal, undesirable to do. Boink. I suppose I'd make a little bit more soap. Bear with me as I think out loud. Is this soapstone? Ooh. Okay. Come on, move. Man, got quite a stack of stuff going on. What have been? Tools. Okay. Right. So let's make one of these. This should be sufficient, I think, for the task at hand. Ooh, rain. So if he arrives at a world that was unexpectedly alive, this would present a problem in some way. I'm just not sure what. I mean, most stories have to have some sort of moral issue, some, conflict of sorts. I haven't thought that far. I have a lot of this kind of meat and bones material thought out pretty reasonably well for my main story, which is the With Earth in Mind book, or series. I mean, it's probably going to be 3 books at this point, assuming I get back to working on it, which I really have no reason not to do. In fact, I know I've been doing this for the last few years, but I frequently have thoughts about it. like, an important critical juncture to understanding and continuing the story is right there at the tip of my fingers. Just out of reach. Probably not even out of reach. If I had more personal time to think about it. I realize, well, you're playing games. Sorry, I do need to have some time that is not... This is for me, specifically, and not so much for working. Granted, sometimes I play too much. God, everything's so loud. Really? Okay, well... I need glass, right? Didn't I just see some? Yeah. Okay. But I also need nether wart. Oops. And the ability to do this. Indeed. Let's get started. I need nether wart, though. I think I need nether wart. I mean, I definitely need nether wart for normal circumstances. But, yeah. Man, I wish I could talk better. Especially while trying to do something interesting. The two are almost exclusive with one another, unfortunately. I suppose I should put a roof on it. And it will be... not there. Ooh, oak, jungle wood. I've got hell bark. No. So I'm actually running not low on this stuff. I might be able to make the roof out of this stuff. I'm running low on just about everything else. Oh, I'm going to need a door upstairs. That's true. Okay. I'll just bring it along and see what happens. Okay. Of course, getting back up there is a little bit annoying at this point. This is something I'll have to address in the future. Getting around. So how does this look? That should be fairly obvious that we want. Let's strike a... Hey, what is this? That was not cool. Bear with me, I'm just setting the stage here. I can deal with the outside after the fact. Why wouldn't that take? Why won't that take? That's really weird. Ooh. But I do... one important facet of writing is writing. Believe it or not. You actually have to get down and do it. Once you get started, it's not so hard. But getting started can be murder. How about we assume this will be flat over here? It's too bad I can't put down multiple colors. You know, like multiple colored slabs. For patterning. See, if I'm going to do this, might as well just have blocks. But I don't have blocks right now. I suppose one ought to be able to make blocks out of putting these back together, yeah? No? I don't know. This probably could be in tandem with another story. Or again, another setting more than a story. Because I don't have a hugely structured idea yet. But I could merge the two, wherein a story occurs on a rogue planet, and maybe even a deliberately rogue planet, if that makes... Hey, look at that. What the heck? Why does it work now? Well, a rogue planet is essentially a planet that is cast off from its sun. Or potentially, I suppose, even formed on its own. You know, wherever stars are made, there's nothing to say a smaller mass couldn't be born that is substellar and yet still, so it forms beside stars but doesn't get captured by any of them in particular, and so continues on. Let's put out a couple of things here. But anyways, such a location is a planet drifting through space on its own. We've already, I believe, found a couple of these, so it's not at all infeasible. Actually, this will work out pretty well. Oops. Oh, for some reason I thought I was just about to run out. Not at all infeasible. So, I was thinking, though, in this case, the scenario might include or involve a world that is deliberately rogued or set adrift between the stars. It's deliberately launched from its parent out into space as a means of transit, and its own people perhaps are post-singularity and themselves kind of like dust motes. And so the entire world has gone solid state, and so perhaps the character, being a post-singularity human, comes across this, and these are post-singularity something else that is not human. He's never encountered this before. No one has. How does that look to you? And so that could be an interesting feature, perhaps. To have discovered another race, but only after both races have become this singularity, kind of almost gods kind of thing. And that this world was set adrift, basically with extreme precision, so that it would eventually nestle into orbit around a young star, where it would have billions of years of future ahead of it. A fresh start, and yet its location, or its destination, that is that weird? Has since developed life on its own. A very, very low odds event, but it happens, or it happened, and so this creates conflict. Upon arrival, they find that they're intruding upon another species who was not there when they set out. Maybe a billion years earlier. It's just, if you have the power of singularity behind you, I have some difficulty seeing how they would then resort to something so mundane as sending a planet through space. Why don't they just send themselves? Why don't they create planets at their destination? This little nub here is begging for adjustment because of the roof. But I don't think I'll worry about it yet. So look at this. New domicile available. Just in time for rats. Gotta love rats. Put that above the door, actually. Put that above. Okay, so this suggests to me this ought to be a window. That's too big. It's not a bad looking area. It's small, but I think it works. And night is upon us, so I'm going to call it, folks. I have to record Friday's episode as well, just because tonight I'm heading out to that Hackerspace meetup, which means I won't be home until probably 11 o'clock, and I don't want to record at that time. There you go. So, good night. Thank you for watching. Sorry about the incoherence, and have a good one.